the plant kingdom, the next group of plants are Pteridophytes. In the course of evolution, after bryophytes, the terrestrial plants are formed. Those complete terrestrial plants are the Pteridophyta group of organisms. Here, these Pteridophytes includes horsetails, club mosses and ferns, and these are the plants which are considered to be the vascular cryptogams. So, cryptogams means the non-flowering plants, and the one which contains the xylem and phloem. So, these are the only non-flowering plants which have xylem and phloem in their plant body. That is why these are called as vascular cryptogams. And Pteridophytes are tracheophytic plants. Tracheophytes means the plants with xylem and phloem or the vascular tissue, and embryophytes. Embryophytes are those plants which have embryo or which produce embryo in the process of reproduction. Then archegoniates. Pteridophytes produce sex organs called as antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia is a male sex organ, whereas archegonia is a female sex organ. The plants which produce the archegonia are called as archegoniates. Of course, these are the non-flowering plants, and they show diplohaplontic life cycle. With a heteromorphic alternation of generation. Here, why we are calling diplohaplontic life cycle means, in the life cycle, two stages are present, represented by sporophyte and the gametophyte. The sporophyte is the dominant one and which occurs first in the life process. That is the reason why first diplontic, and that will participate in the asexual reproduction producing spores, and those spores will forms the gametophytic generation which is haploid in its ploidy. So, that is why the haplontic next. So, both of them are there in the life cycle, that is why we call it as diplohaplontic life cycle, and these two generations will occur one after the other. That is why we call it as alternation of generations, and these two, that is sporophyte and gametophyte, are structurally different. So, we call them as heteromorphic. That is why the life cycle is called as heteromorphic alternation of generations with a diplohaplontic life cycle. Then here, this group of individuals will mostly grow in the shady, damp and moist places. As like bryophytes, these are also growing in the damp, moist and the shady places. And there are some plants which have the ability to grow as epiphytes also, like Selaginella. Exceptionally, some plants will grow as a xerophytes, and some of them are aquatic like Azolla, Salvinia, Marsilia like examples. Like the habitat may be deviating, but most frequently they prefer to grow in the shady and damp places.